What's up, guys? It's Nicholas, and today I want to take just a couple quick minutes to talk to you guys about what is pixel density and kind of why all monitors, even of the same resolution, they're not created equally depending on their size. So let's talk about that. So I want to start off this video by saying if everything looks kind of weird, or if the focus keeps going back and forth, I am using autofocus. It is on my face. No guarantees that the autofocus is going to work perfectly. I already recorded this video once. I had props. I had two monitors up here using the new table in the recording lounge, or the streaming/game recording lounge. And of course, I looked and it was out of focus. So it's like 11:30. I'm recording this. I only want to put up good content. What I alluded to earlier was even all 1080p monitors, for example, are not created equally. What do I mean by that? My first monitor that I actually purchased myself was a 27-inch Asus. I don't remember the exact model, but it was a 1080p panel. Loved it until I saw a 24-inch 1080p panel and realized how stretched out all those pixels were on my 27-inch, because there is still the same number of pixels in a 27-inch panel as there is in a 24-inch panel. They're just smaller pixels. So kind of like when you have like a 50-inch 1080p panel and the pixels are like, bam, they're humongous. And that's because it's just, like I said, the same number of pixels. They're bigger pixels. They can't like space them out that it wouldn't work. They are bigger pixels, which as you get closer, so say I was sitting like right here, I'm sitting in front of a 32-inch TV right now, and I just saw the focus go all weird. 32-inch TV right now, and if I look, I can see the pixels from way over here. They're not super pronounced, but obviously it all depends on how far away from the screen you are. Now, I'm currently using, now this does go the other way too. So there's a good pixel density. So like 24-inch 1080p is an awesome size for 1080p. 24-inch 4K, on the other hand, you wouldn't be able to read a damn thing without scaling. That is because obviously the pixels are so small, and most people, if they have that small of a 4K panel, they will actually just use scaling, and they kind of just they only really game at 4K. They don't actually do like not productivity. They also do productivity at 4K, but they don't do like web browsing at 4K. That would be ridiculous. I have heard people, aka Barnacles, say even they wouldn't recommend 4K at anything less than like 50-inch. That is crazy. Like I said, I've looked at some 4K panels, and usually when you're seeing a 4K panel in the store, usually they have something playing on it that doesn't have any writing or anything on it, and so you're like, oh, sweet, like, this looks amazing, it looks so crisp. What you don't realize is how many problems that actually causes with, like, the desktop icons being, like, itty, bitty, bitty. Like, that's unusable. I don't understand how anybody could ever use that. For example, those 50-inch panels I keep talking about from Barnacles, because he is the 4K guy, if you were to divide that up into 4 equal parts, they're actually equal to the same amount of pixels as an 18-inch 1080p screen. That's crazy. I personally would love to do, and like I said, I had a 27-inch 1080p panel over here and a 23-inch 1080p panel over here, and I was kind of like talking about them, and just believe me that the video looked bad enough that even with all that work, and even after me taking back those monitors, I still wanted to reshoot the video because it looked terrible. But I would in the future, and I stated this in the last shoot of this video, I would love to get my hands on a 4K panel, even like a 27-inch, even if it was just to borrow it, just to be able to say this panel, and maybe do like a test, say, okay, how close can I get the panel to myself before I start seeing like pixels? And obviously with the 1080p panel, it's going to be a lot closer than with the 4K panel. I haven't gotten a lot of hands-on time with 4K panels. I'm not that lucky. And I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I love my 1440p panel for gaming. It's a great monitor, and I'm kind of a refresh rate snob too, so I don't know if really resolution is where I'm aiming. I feel like 1440p is a pretty good sweet spot, but I would like to get a 4K panel to kind of play with. And if everything ends up not working out, I hate it. Worst come to worst, I know that the wife would use it for editing and stuff, because anyone who has done any video editing with 4K panels knows that you can fit so much. It's insane. I would love to have that much real estate for editing and stuff. We're actually looking at getting her a second panel right now, and they had an ultra wide on sale, and I was like, I don't know if you need that much real estate. 2 ultra wides, I'm not so sure about that, but we'll see where that ends up. Amber gets what she wants, because yeah, if I want to keep doing this, then she gets what she wants. So, which usually ends in me getting more cool tech, so can't really argue. All right, guys, so just to recap, when you're picking out a monitor, just make sure that you are taking into account how close you are to the panel. If you're going to be 3 feet away, that's going to differ from if you're going to be 5 feet away, or if you're going to be, if you're planning on using it as like, because like TVs, if you're going to be using 3 TVs as your monitors, you might want to go with a little bit higher resolution. Get 4K, because then, even though it's right in front of you, it's not going to be like, yep, that's a pixel. Like, I can see them. Like, they're the size of my thumb.
Wow.
That's not what you want. You want to make sure that those pictures are small enough that you're not seeing them. So, yeah. So, I'm really sorry, guys, that this video didn't have a lot of B-roll in it or any of that other cool stuff. I do feel bad when I put up videos that almost it feels like I don't have to put in a lot of work. I've been trying to put more work into my videos, try to get a lot more different shots in there, and that's because I know I appreciate a video more when I can see that they put a lot of work into it. Not saying that I don't put a lot of work into these type of videos, it's just I almost feel lazy when I do these type. I did have, like I said, like different panels up here that I was talking about, and it just didn't end up working out for that original shot. It would have looked terrible. When I put content up on my channel, I want it to look perfect and not half-assed and super blurry, and yeah. So please forgive me. I promise there's more quality content coming up with a lot of B-roll and all that other good stuff. I promise. I promise. And hopefully doing some other cool stuff on here, because like this table, and we are looking at other tables. I kind of want to get a wood table, because I don't know if you guys can tell, this is just a folding table, but this setup is turning out amazing. I do want to do some unboxings in here, maybe not some unboxings. I don't really like unboxings, but at least some reviews in here, because having a table where I can actually like get stuff out in the open would be awesome. So, because usually I have it sitting behind me, and I'm talking about it, and I just keep pointing at it. I'm like, there it is. There's the Corsair H100 V2, and I'm like, yep, there it is behind me, out of focus, can't even see it. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave me a like if you liked the video. Leave me a dislike if you disliked it. Let me know why you disliked it. Yeah. Twitter and Instagram in the description. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already. Really helps me out. Really keeps me motivated. And other than that, have a good day. Thanks for watching. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next video.